Hi, and welcome to TalkRx with Dr. Neha. We're filming in New Zealand, and I have Nina with us today, a special guest who's a brave soul willing to ask her question, talk about communication, so that all of you can glean the learnings from her experience. So welcome.
Thanks.
Yeah, so tell me, what have you been thinking about?
Okay, so I want to ask a question.
Okay.
But it's not for me. So it's on behalf of a lot of people. So,
Okay.
I've lost a few friends to suicide, and I know that a lot of that came from fear of communication, and particularly in young males. And I want to ask, do you have any advice for those that want to support? I want to support my peers to communicate better, so that they can find solutions, so that suicide is never an option. I guess it's not really. I just know it's a huge contributor that could help.
Yeah.
That could be a solution. Communication could be definitely a solution to this. Yeah. So what do you think?
So I think suicide is a very important topic. I know some people recently who have committed suicide, even as young as 16. And the pain that comes from that is so devastating. So thank you for bringing it up. And I do think that a lot of the contributing factor is somebody feeling isolated, lonely, trapped, and unable to communicate, or not feeling like they belong, right? And so when we speak of communication, there's communication with yourself. It's like the silent voice in your head. Then there's communication this way, between us. And then there's communication with something higher than us. And oftentimes, it's just my belief, is that when communication breaks down in all three of those realms, someone can feel trapped.
Yeah.
They can feel like there's no way out, right? My big dream is that we start to teach self-awareness of emotions and communication with children in preschool.
Yeah, I agree.
Right?
Yeah.
Because the inability to handle emotion, or disconnecting from our dreams because we want to belong to something else or someone else, can really easily leave us alone and afraid.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
And whenever someone makes the choice that it's easier to exit this world than to be in it, lots of signs have been missed.
Yeah, definitely. So it's sort of two-sided communication, I guess, that we're missing out on. Yeah.
And how is it that we can reach out and include everyone? How is it that when someone seems silent or not engaged, that we might notice that and give away connection? Ask them, be genuinely curious, right?
Yeah.
Why do we think that smiles are something we have a limited number of? Hugs, they don't cost anything, but we don't often give them.
Yeah.
And I always wonder, why is it that we're afraid sometimes to connect on that level? These are just some of my thoughts around how we disconnect, or something like a parent saying, "I love you" to a child. Sometimes what they do is they hug them, they provide for them, they give them the best education, but they don't actually say the words, "I love you."
Yeah.
And so it's different for everyone that I've heard that's either felt depressed or felt anxious or felt lonely, or has kind of been on that path somewhere. I think it's about giving people hope.
Yeah.
And so while we may not be able, you and I may not be able to stop every experience of it, what I would challenge you on and ask you is, you are so passionate about this topic. Do you feel that?
Yeah.
Where do you feel it inside you? Show me.
Right there.
Right here.
Yeah.
And what does it feel like?
It's very much a fear, as well. It's very much based on fear. Well, used to be based on fear, because it was fear that fear of losing someone, fear of losing someone again, fear of losing someone again. So it very much grew from that to be fear will never help anyone. Fear is not going to stop that from happening, but love will. So I really hope that that's where a lot of it comes from, because I know that the impact that love can have, and I know how it's helped me. So I just was hoping for I really think that what you're doing about communication is so important, and so I just want to know how I can expand my my tools to support those who are going through issues with communication, so that they can express themselves, and even if it's not to me, even if it's to a counsellor, or to whoever that they go to for help, so that they have the tools when they do decide to communicate.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, so tell me what you do right now.
So I'm 18.
You're 18?
I left school last year, so I'm having a gap year.
Yep.
Yeah. So
and you're trying to figure out what next.
Yeah, well, I'm passionate about a lot of things, and I guess I'm just seeing where the future takes me, but I'm not too sure. But at the moment, I'm still in my hometown of Kaitaia, which I love, and while I'm there, I want to do my part to make sure that if there's anything I can do, that I will do it, because if not me, who?
That's
and
right.
If not now, when?
Yeah,
very much so.
Oh gosh, you give me so much hope for the future. What I would tell you is, please listen to this calling, because did you ever feel in your life like you were at a point where you didn't feel like you belonged, like you didn't feel accepted, you didn't feel heard?
I've actually been suicidal. I don't think anyone knows that, actually.
Yeah.
But I have been at that point,
Yep.
and it was the love of other people, and the fact that when I was younger, was taught a lot of communication, so I think that's probably what helped me. But and it was the love that I received from others. So finding different ways to communicate love, I guess, as well, is something that I'm always trying to find, because you can't just. Some people do get uncomfortable when you say, hey, like, I love you, and they're like, we met 2 days ago. Like, it's okay, you just need to share that love, because I don't think we do it enough. I agree. Yeah.
Well, I think pay attention to these clues. When you do something that heals you, serves others, and leads you to the greater picture of the world you want to live in, ding, 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 ding. It's a clue on where your passion lies, and you'll never get tired of it, because it'll heal you as you help others and you create the world we want to live in. So when people tell you can't make money at it, or you can't do that because X, Y, and Z, don't listen to them. Because you do your passion, and the quality of the work you provide in the world, the side effect will be that you will have abundance and you will be taken care of. So just keep following your heart, because you're on the right track. And the answers of how you will solve this will come from what you needed at the time and how you can reach more people.
Yeah.
So I think you're on the right track, and you're listening to your intuition, which is exactly what I believe gets disconnected. We get disconnected from that intuition. That's the first step of moving toward, a path of loneliness and isolation and all of that. And I'm just so happy to hear that you found your way back home.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. So if any of you have been concerned about suicide yourself or with those you love, ask yourself if you're coming from fear of losing someone again, or fear of losing them at all, or are you coming from love? Love is such a powerful, powerful place to heal and come from. So I'm just going to leave it there. I guess one thing I do want to ask is, what are your takeaways from our talk just now?
Definitely the disconnect. That's really interesting to hear that how, when you disconnect from communication, you just, you really lose yourself in a way, I guess. And listening to the true calling, and a lot of other things. There's a lot going on. There's like scrambled eggs up there, but
well, you know what? It takes time to integrate it. Let it all settle. All right. So I hope this was helpful, and it's an important topic. So we'd love to hear your comments on the blog below. And if you have a question that you'd like me to answer, please drop me a tweet at #AskDrNeha, AskDoctorNeha. I look forward to hearing from you.